what's the outcome that we want? What's the outcome that we want? That's the most important thing, okay? What do we want? We've got to figure it out. What answer do we want from them? What's the outcome that we want? We want to identify a tangible problem that we can handle. Well, what does that mean? What's a tangible problem? A tangible problem is something that they have going on, whether it's, hey, I need help at closing. Hey, I need to make more money. That's not what we want. Hey, what do you mean you need to make more money? Why? What's causing you not to make money now? Well, I'm not closing as many deals as I want. Boom. That's their tangible. We have to get what their desired outcome and find the pain. We've got to, because without that, we're not going to close anywhere. We're not going to be able to pre-handle the objection. We're not going to know what to do when we get further on down in the sales process. So make sure you guys write that down. You don't want to miss any of these steps. There's not many of them because it's the same thing over and over and over. So we want to identify their tangible objection. And we want it to be something that we can handle. Okay? It needs to be something that our product or service can help them with. Because if it's not, how are we going to guide them and have them join our program? It's just not going to happen. Example. You've got time, you've got money, you've got fear, and that's what we're looking for. Like, what is it that this is? What's going to be like their objection at the end? How do we pre-handle this? So, what are we going to be looking for? Money? Is it they need more money? Do they need more time? Do they have fear of why they haven't already done something in the past? That's the main three. We need to get away from the vague ones like, yeah, man, I just need to think about it. I'm just going to chew on it. Because at the end of the day, those are just smoke screens. That's not isolating the objection. Here's a crucial point, Stu. We need to get the prospect to realize why they're on the phone with us in the first place. Why are they on the phone with us in the first place? Did they book an appointment? Did you have an appointment setter set up the deal and connect you with them? Did they fill out a form online? Why are they on the phone with us? It's probably because they lack some type of skills, they lack some type of system, they lack some type of product or service, they're not making the money they want. They have some type of pain because, Dustin, there's not many people just reaching out saying, hey, I just want to see what you guys have, I'm just going to log in, I just booked an appointment and I'm going to spend 30 minutes to an hour with you today. It doesn't work like that. So, what do we need to get them to understand? We need to get them to buy into the 2.0 versions of themselves that's capable of getting the life that they want, that's capable of success. And for those of you that's not in the coaching industry, or you have a product or service that's not like a training, a course, a fitness coach, how do we need to get them to think to purchase? I know James sells cars. How do we need to get them to think to purchase a car? Why are they getting a car? What's their driving force? Okay? Here's a good framework to always fall back on, and this works for any industry. The framework is going to be, you got to reframe, right? Consequence, and then commitment. Reframe, what does that mean? Well, we need to, after they give us the objection, we need to reframe it and give them a different perspective, right? And then we got to go back to their consequences. What if they don't fix this problem now? What if it keeps going on for the next 2 years? Where are they going to be? And then commitment. How committed are you to really making this change? How committed are you to showing up on the calls every single day, doing the work, going through the program, taking the medicine, taking the food, the supplements, doing the workout plan? How committed are you to going to that next level? Those are the three most important things. Reframe, consequence, and then commitment. Now here's the steps. The first thing is we're going to do is step 1 is isolate. Make sure you guys write this down. The first thing, most important, is isolate. Okay? Isolate the objection, and 9 times out of 10, all roads lead to money. It's just the truth. All roads are going to end up leading back to the money. So, check this out. How can we isolate it? If they give us a money objection, they're like, yeah, I don't have the money right now. Okay, yeah. So let me ask you, if money wasn't in the picture, would you do it? Well, yeah, I would do it. Okay. They believe in, they like what you have, right? I'm gonna say that again. Jesse, it's just too expensive. I don't have the money right now. Yeah, that's not a problem. 110%. If money wasn't in the picture, would they do it? Would you do it? Yeah, I would do it. Okay. They love your product or service. They just have a different way of thinking about money. Well, what if they say, I need to think about it? Yeah, I completely understand. Other than you need to think about it, do you actually believe the program can get you to where you want to go? Yes. Okay. So what exactly do you need to think about just to see if I can help? And then the next one is going to be spouse. Money, think about it, spouse. The main thing is what do they need to talk about their spouse about? It's probably money. Okay? It's probably money 9 times out of 10. It always goes back to money. So the second thing we're going to do is what we call reframe. The old reframe. So I'm giving you the structure and the framework right now, but then we're fixing to get into it. And I'm going to show you guys how to make it flow through so that way you guys can understand. And this will all make sense here very shortly. The reframe. If it's money, we got to get them to understand why they don't have the money. Okay? I'll let you guys take time to write that down. Reframe. If they give you a money objection, we have to help them understand why they don't have the money. Number 3, consequence. Leading back to money. What happens if they keep acting on the symptoms and not the problem? We'll tie this all together here in just a minute. Number 3 is consequence. What happens if they keep acting on the symptom and not fixing the problem? Number 4 is commitment. Number 4 is commitment. What would the 2.0 version of themselves do in this exact situation right now to get them the life that they want to go, to get them the solutions that's going to help solve their problems? Not your current self. What would the 2.0 version of yourself do right now to get you to where you want to go? Number 4 is commitment. So, circling back on all this stuff, money, time, spouse, partner, I need to think about it. Those are all the main objections. Those are all the real ones that we're going to get every single day. And everybody on this call should know by now, I see most of your faces, that I need to think about it is not a real objection. Okay? So this is how we're going to handle it. You guys ready? How we handle it is like, yeah, Jesse, I appreciate you for showing me the coaching program. I just need to think about it. Yeah, man, that's not a problem. Aside from you wanting to think about it, in terms of the program that I laid out for you, do you feel like this can even get you where you want to go? Well, yeah, man, I feel like it could. Okay, so what is it that you need to think about specifically just to see if I could help? Well, I just don't know. I don't know if I have the time to commit. Bingo! Isolate the objection. It was a time one. Now we know what we need to confront and go over with that customer to make it make sense. Okay? Remember, money, time, partner, this is just how they make decisions. Right? It's one of those three things, all human beings. Or whatever other BS objection that they have, but all roads is going to end up leading to money. So, let's just say we're going to go down the path of the time objection. We're going to go down the path of the time. So, aside from Isaac, aside from you feeling like you don't have the time, do you feel like the program we went over could get you to making $30,000 a month? Because that's the most important part. If they say no, I don't believe it, they're not sold on your stuff, they're never going to buy anyways. They may like you and be like, yeah, I just need to think about it, but they're never going to return your calls, they're never going to reach back out to you. If they say no, we need to clear up what part they're unsure on. If they don't believe our product or service can get them to where they go, hey, no, Jesse, I don't think it could. Okay, what exactly are you unsure of, just to see, if I can help? We got to clear up their concerns and move on, because they should never say no if you actually know what the heck you're doing. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. So, aside from feeling like, you don't have the time, do you feel like the program that we went over could actually get you to making, $30,000 a month? Yes, I truly believe it can. Okay, well, why do you feel like it can? Why do you feel like it can, Greg? Well, I've been following you guys a long time. I get so much value off the free content that you post on social media, and I just believe that for me to go to that next level, I need some advanced skills. Okay, that's not a problem. Well, I guess let me ask you this: since you don't have the time to train and study now, if you did have the time, would you do it? Well, yeah, I would do it if I had the time. Absolutely. Okay, can I share a perspective on that? Because I've been there before, exactly where you're at. Sure, Jesse. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Okay. So you not having the time to commit to this, do you feel like that's the problem? Or is that a symptom of the problem? Well, that's a problem. Okay. Are you sure, or are you open to another perspective? Yeah, Jesse, yeah, I'm open. Okay. Well, what's the reason that we're here on this call? It's to get our time back, right? Yeah, exactly. So if you had the skill set, what would you have more of? Because if you had the skills, you'd be able to close more deals, you'd be able to make more money, and ultimately, what would you have more time on? What would you have more of back? Time. Exactly. So do you see where we're walking into this? This is called reframing, Alan. This is where we're reframing. And then we're going to go into painting a picture and telling the story, right? So check this out. Hey, has there ever been a perfect time to start something big? Like a moment where the stars aligned, everything was perfect, there was no distractions, no stress, Isaac, nothing? Probably not, right? Exactly. And the truth is, you're never going to have more time, because we all get the same 24 hours. The people that's making the 30,000 plus a month, they didn't wait for the right moment. They made it the right moment. So the real question is, are you the kind of person that's just going to let life continue to happen to him? Or are you ready to change and make things happen for you? Which one? Well, dude, I want to make things happen for me, man. I want to make things happen for me, Jesse. Okay. So if we allow time to prevent us from getting where we want to go, where does that leave us? Man, that leaves us in the same position that we are right now, not making enough money. And let's be real. Is that something you really want to settle for? No, it's not. Well, why not? Well, it's not because, I have all these kids. I want to have time to spend with them. I want to be able to go on more than one vacation a year. I just want to be able to be with them longer. I want to be able to be with them and not just be working all the freaking time. Okay, so let me be straight. Are you actually committed to doing the things that are necessary to hit making $30,000 a month and obviously getting your time back, or does it just sound cool? Yeah, dude, I'm serious. Well, listen to me, because if you're serious, that means showing up like someone who's earned that life. Starting now, if you're serious, you're going to get down to it. And that's fine too if you're not, bro. You can just keep doing the same things that you're doing now. What am I doing? You guys see we're at the commitment stage now. We're getting them to recommit. You guys see that? It's all a framework. It's all the framework. It's all tying together. Some of you might have to go back and watch this a couple times. We're going to break it down. It's no big deal. That's why we have the recordings. And then we're going to roll back into it, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be the guy that waits. There's always going to be a guy that waits for Monday to start the diet. But who do you think's going to get there first? The guy who bets on himself, the ones that doesn't give in to his limitations, or the guy that just puts it off and starts on Monday? The guy that doesn't the guy that doesn't give in to his limitations. Okay. So, what would the guy that's already making 30 grand, that's already making the money that you want to make, do right here, right now to get to where he wants to go? What would he do? He would invest in himself. He would do this. He would follow the coaching program. Okay. So what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? You know what the 2.0 version of yourself would do. You know what the version of yourself that's currently earning the income you want to make to get the time back. You know what that person would do. But what are you going to do right here, right now? Do you see how we just walked it down that path? We literally just walked it straight down the path. And then you go into the close. And if they don't close right there, it's because they have some type of fear. We'll save that for another call because it goes pretty deep. But if they don't close right there, it's because they have some type of fear. They got burnt in the past. They have the fear because they really don't have the money. There's something going on. But remember, that was a time objection. I don't have the time to do this. Now let's go into the partner. Okay? Now we're going to jump into speaking to the old wife, speaking to the husband, speaking to the boyfriend or the girlfriend. So I present my numbers. Stu, I appreciate you. Number one, the program, the investment's $10,000. Most of our clients pay that in full, but we do have other options if you need to break it up into smaller payments. Which option works best for you today? Well, Jesse, I want to talk to my wife. I'm going to talk to my wife about it, and then I'll get back to you. Is that fair? Yeah, dude, that's not a problem. I guess aside from you speaking to them, do you feel like the program that we went over could get you to making the kind of money you're looking to make? Do you feel like the program that we went over could get you to the weight loss goal that you're looking to achieve? Do you feel like the program that we went over could get you back to feeling your best self ever? We could use whatever we want right there, whatever we sell. Do you feel like our program, the one that we just went over, do you feel like that could get you to your desired state? I just read your comment, Dustin. Do you feel like this program we just went over can get you to your desired state? Okay. And guess what? If they say no, you probably didn't dig deep enough. You probably don't have a tangible. You probably didn't do your job right in the beginning of the sale. That's the only reason they would say no. So we need to clear all that up. It just takes a little bit more time. Most of the time, they're going to say yes. And if they're like, yes, Jesse, I believe that this could help me make $30,000. I believe this can help me make the money that I want to make, $30,000. I want to make 30 grand, Jesse. I think this can help me do it. Okay. Why do you feel like it can, though? Well, I've been watching you guys for a while. I've been stuck at the same place for the last 2 years, making 10 to 15 grand, going up and down, back and forth, and I feel like it's time to actually change and learn some new skills. I feel like it's time. Okay. And let me ask you this: how does your wife feel about you getting the skills to make that extra money? Is she totally supportive of you investing in yourself? Yeah, man, she's always supported me. She's never let me down, and she wants me to be the best version of myself. Okay. Can I ask you, in your opinion, Dustin, in your opinion, if your partner was here and was on board, would this be the answer for you? Like if she was 110% backing you, she believed in you, she said if you're willing to commit and do the work, she'll support you. Would she be all in? Yeah. Yeah, okay. And why though? Why though? Well, you see, like, you know, she's always trusted in me. I've proven to her that I work hard, and pretty much any decision that I say, she's always backed me. Okay. So when you go to them, what do you even feel may came up that would stop you from getting started? Well, you know, it's probably going to end up being the money. Bingo! We found the real objection. Do you see that? So when you go speak to your wife, Dustin, and like when you go to them, what do you feel may come up that would even stop you from getting started? Well, it would probably be the money. We would have to, you know, see if we have it in our account. Boom. That's the underlining objection. That's the objection that we need to handle. It's not talking to the wife. The real objection, it's leading back to the money. But how many times have we put ourselves in a position or a situation where we're trying to overcome the wrong objection? A lot! So many times. So many times. So we're going to underlie that, and we're going to circle back, and we're going to go to that objection. And then we're going to close it. So, well, how do you handle the money objection? I'm so glad you asked. We're about to get into it. We're about to jump right in. So, hey Jesse, I appreciate you for showing me everything. I don't have the money right now. Jesse, I appreciate you, bro, but I don't have the money. Yeah, that's no big deal. I guess aside from the money, do you feel like the program that we just went over could get you to your desired state? Do you feel like the program that we just went over can get you to making $30,000 a month? Do you feel like the program that we just went over can get you to getting your dream body? Can you guys see how all of these resemble the same exact dang thing? The same shit. It all is going back to the same stuff. So aside from money, Samantha, like, do you feel like the program that we went over could get you to the desired result? Can it get you to making $30,000 a month? Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, why do you feel like it can, though? It's the same thing. It's all the same thing. This is the framework. This is the framework. When I started implementing it, everything changed. I wasn't winging my Zoom calls. I wasn't trying to figure it out. Because my calls are the same every single time. And I know, all you guys know, you've all paid for it. You all know that our shit works. And if you know that your stuff works, why are we not saying the same thing every single time? And we're going to keep running down it. We're going to keep running down it, and then we're going to start to go into some objections. We're going to do some role playing. It's going to be super fun. So why do you feel like it can, though? Well, because, you know, I just seen the content. I've seen my buddy John actually joined the program and helped him make the money. Okay, boom. Now we're just gathering data. Aside from the money, if it was for free, would you do it? Yes, I would do it. I absolutely would do it, Jesse. Okay. Can I share a perspective with you on the money? Because, dude, I've been there before as well. Most people don't know this, but when I first reached out to Andy, I maxed out a credit card with $1,000 just to help you, just to invest in myself to learn these skills. So I understand exactly where you're at. So, you not having the money right now, Alan, and or things even being tight, you know, paycheck to paycheck, whatever it is. Like, is that a problem, or is that a symptom of the problem? Well, that's the problem. Can I share a perspective? Okay. Well, if the problem is, let me share this with you. How do you make money? Well, I sell stuff. Okay. So if you had the skill set, what would you have more of? The money. Okay. So is it more nerves around like the investment, around the money, or is it that we might need a payment plan to break things up a bit? Well, dude, it's just nervous, man. I've never invested in myself. I've never done something like this before. Okay. It's nerves. It's the nerves. So now we need to reframe him on fear. We need to paint a picture. We need to reframe him. Then we're going to go to fear. But if it is logistical, like if it is truly the money, this is how we handle it. Yeah, man, like it's mostly the money. Okay, so as you know, most of the students that come to us, they don't have the full investment up front, right? Which means they're on the call, they want to do it. So if we can even like split the payments up into smaller chunks for you, would that help at all? Yes, Oliver, I'll definitely do one of those for sure. I'm gonna finish this one. So yeah, Jesse, you know, it's just the money. You know, I don't have the money right now. Okay, so yeah, that's not a problem. Well, you know, most of the guys that come to us, that's kind of in your situation, they don't have the full investment up front either, which is why they're on the phone talking to me, right? Because if you had the skill, you probably wouldn't be out here reaching out, right? Okay, so if we could split up the payment into like smaller chunks, would that even help you at all? Yeah, it would help me. Okay. Well, taking everything into account here, what do you currently have like available at the moment? Like, do you have $500? You got $1,000? 200? Like, where do you currently have? What do you currently have right now in the bank? Well, I have $500. Okay. Now we're gonna build a freaking payment plan. We're gonna build a payment plan with them to get in. Or if you have financing options, if they have approved credit, you could finance the whole thing and then they pay it in smaller chunks. But we started up here and the funnel was going down and down and down and down until we got to the bottom. I want to share one more thing on fear, and then we're going to start asking some questions, because I know there's some of you that we could tie this into and it will really help you guys. But if somebody brings up fear, right? If somebody's is just fear of like making the investment, hey, I can sense that there's some fear here, Chris. Can I share a perspective on that? Yeah, man, sure, go ahead. What if I told you it wasn't what you thought it was? And what I mean by that is, what if I told you the reason that we're on the call right now is because you haven't had the time in the past to invest in yourself? It was because you didn't have the money in the past to invest in yourself. Because that's why we're on the call today, right? So does you not having the money mean you're not willing to change the way you consider things? Like if this is meant to get you where you want to go, like, are you open to exploring new options? Because you've been doing the same thing for the last 2 years. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, how committed are you to becoming that guy that's making the money that he wants to make, that's providing for his family, that's going on vacations? What does he do right here, right now? Does he invest in himself? Or does he keep doing the same thing that's gotten the same results the last 2 years? Which one? He invests in himself. Boom! It's all re-looping back. It's all re